And we are live.
Thank you. Uh, we are calling. Oh, I'm going to do this.
There you go. There you go. There you
We are calling to order the meeting of the Alamance County Board of Elections. This is January 11th, and we are meeting in the county courthouse building in the county commissioner's room. However, we are asking the public to continue to join us virtually because of the virus. So we're still following the safe rules. Um, so if there's anyone joining us, thank you so much for joining us. You have a copy of the agenda before you. At this time, we'll entertain a motion to receive the agenda.
So move.
Properly moved
Second.
and seconds that the agenda be approved. Are there any additions, deletions, or anything else to add to the agenda?
No.
Okay, hearing none, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposers signify by saying no. Motion carries. I think the first thing we ought to do in this meeting is welcome the new executive director, Don Hurdle. Congratulations. Thank you so much. And we certainly look forward to working with you. And it's not, and if there's a listening audience, Dawn is not new to the Board of Elections. She was the deputy director for many years. So thank you for applying and thank you for accepting our offer.
And thank y'all for having confidence in me. I hope to do a great job with y'all's help.
You'll be fine.
Absolutely. Okay, the next thing on the agenda is public comment. I don't normally the public comments we have asked that they are submitted by email, and we have not received an email. Dawn, no emails had come in.
No, ma'am.
Okay.
And we did shut, Kathy Holland had me close the public comment email down since we were meeting now here and the commissioners let the public come in.
Uh-huh.
She said since the public can come in, if they want any comments, they'll be here.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's temporarily shut down, the email.
Okay, so since it's temporarily shut down for anyone who did not know that, and that we will put on the site that if we're meeting here, the public can come in here.
Yes, ma'am. And I think it is already
Okay.
on our board.
On our
dates.
site.
On
Okay.
our board dates, it's
Okay.
set up at the top. If they'll read the top of the board dates, it says that, this is where the meeting is held. And now they could still stream it, but if, as far as comments and things, they would need to come to the meeting.
Will we meet here until we finally get a new building somewhere?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, okay, until further notice, we will be meeting here. And until further notice, if there are public comments, they are to come here.
Mhm.
And okay, so we will no longer be receiving the emails.
That's correct.
Thank you. Okay.
Good.
Okay, so that takes care of public comments. You do have in front of you a copy of the minutes from our December 14th meeting. At this time, we will entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
So move. Second.
It's properly moved and second that the minutes be approved. Are there any corrections, additions, or deletions to the minutes? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposers signify by saying no. Motion carries. And since we might have someone, a listening audience and no one here, let me say that I did not say in advance that we do have a quorum of the board present. Okay, at this time, we are down to number 4, budget discussion, and I will yield to the executive director.
For this discussion, I basically just leaving this open for y'all to give me y'all's wishes. for the, November early voting, like how many sites, y'all would like to have, and, how many weekends you want to be open, what days on the weekends, you know. So as we're going into the budget season, I'll know in advance what we need, you know, y'all's wishes and what we need to, budget for.
Okay,
So,
so for example, when we started this time, we got 2 early voting sites and we're hoping to have gotten 3. So now if we want 3 in November, this is what is this the type of
Exactly.
information you're
yes, ma'am.
asking? Okay, from the board.
Right.
Okay, thanks.
So that just, you know, what y'all's wishes would be for the, early voting in the fall.
Okay,
So, like, how many sites would y'all?
The last federal election, non-presidential federal election, we had 3 sites.
3 sites.
I would like to see 4.
at least 4 early voting sites.
Yeah, I mean, I think if we're
Okay.
having 5 for a presidential, 4 for a federal,
Yes.
3 for a primary,
Mhm.
and ideally 2 for municipal.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Okay.
where were the ones? Let's see, we had the building over off of, Elmira Street, and I'm having a senior
Okay,
moment.
Holly Hill Mall,
Mhm.
Graham, Mebane, and,
Kernodle
Coronado, yes.
and Elmira, that was the 5.
That was in 2020.
Holly Hill
Mhm.
Mall, Graham, Kernodle,
And Elmira.
Elmira.
we had 4. Okay, all right,
That was in 2020, yes.
right.
2020, we had 5.
5, Graham, Coronado.
Elmira was, the first time we had Elmira was in 2020.
Yeah.
You normally just had the 4 sites.
Right.
So there are 3 in Burlington: Holly Hill,
And Mebane.
Elmira, and Kernodle, and
And
then 1 in
Mebane.
Graham and 1 in Mebane.
Mebane, so we had 5.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Graham,
we had
Kernodle, Mebane, Holly Hill, and Elmira.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
Are kind of overkill, right?
They depends on if they are the closest together,
Right, but I mean,
Um,
they're within a couple.
but they're both stayed pretty busy. So in terms of volume,
We gotta have it in here in Graham, right?
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's a shame we don't have a place in the southern part of county somewhere.
That's where we need to look, and we've been continuing to say
Yeah,
that we wanted something in the southern part of the county.
that's just, it's really tough to find a place down there. But it would be nice. I mean, when you look at Elmira, I think of that as more as a northern type situation. When you think about it, it's not far from our house now, so
Right.
from where we live. So
Right, and that helps the people coming from the Union Ridge,
Yes.
that type area.
yeah, from
It-
my neck of the woods.
Yes,
There you
yeah,
go.
that is
Yeah.
closer to Elmira.
Yeah,
That's closer to them.
Yeah.
and Graham kind of serves as that for the south, right?
it does.
Like
It does.
87's where the main thoroughfare
Yeah,
Yeah.
comes
yeah.
right up into Graham.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I think
Now-
that those same 5. I mean, if that would be fine with me if we can get that into the budget. I wouldn't have a problem with that.
Right, but
So
now,
5, you said.
but
4.
Don, let me ask you this. Now, we continually talk about, sometimes it's very difficult for us to get Holly Hill Mall.
Correct.
Leave
So,
Kernodle Center where it's at and just go. Those are the 2 we talked about being close.
Yep.
We could, if Holly Hill's tough. I mean, Kernodle, that's not near as big, but you think that's something we could look at.
well, sometimes we didn't know, the last time, it was a difficulty deciding on which room they were going to allow us to have.
Yeah.
Remember,
Same room now.
remember, we had that, and then the other issue was not necessarily the parking, but the
Curbside.
curbside
Yeah.
voting was a safety issue that we discussed.
Mhm.
It's also the most popular site.
It might be
So-
the most popular,
Talk
but
about Holly Hill.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but we almost didn't get it.
Yeah.
So
And
we
I
didn't.
I don't think if people are using Holly Hill are gonna be that, discerned with not going to Kernodle, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Holly Hill is probably convenient to them, but I mean,
Yeah.
it's, okay, I gotta go another mile and a half down Church Street. I don't
Yeah.
think that's gonna be a huge.
I don't
ordeal
either.
for people.
Yeah, they're so close together. I think either one would be, whichever one is more convenient to get, I guess, for us.
Well,
I
Nodal
Just
was
the
free.
more. Yeah.
And
That's
Holly
true.
Hill, normally, I think the most we've ever had to pay is $1,000 for
Okay.
the whole time.
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
that was just to help with
Is
the,
the kind of thing that we should see what the,
electricity.
See what's available.
see if it, I mean, if Holly Hill is available,
Yeah.
I feel because of its popularity and for the history of having used it. But if it's not available, then I would be okay.
Well, and then, but the other part about it is, if we are really concerned about curbside and the traffic, keep in mind that there's more traffic now at Holly Hill Mall because of Publix and other stores that have opened over there. So that's going to be
Yeah,
an
got more
even
business. Yeah.
more business.
Mhm.
So I know, Don, that's probably something that you probably really want to look at. I mean, even if we can get Holly Hill Mall to make sure that curbside, because I know we were always concerned about the safety.
But if we're gonna go with 4 sites, we don't wanna cut Mevin.
No,
We can't cut Graham.
no,
Right.
Doesn't sound like we wanna cut Elmira.
no,
Yeah.
So it's gotta be one of those two.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for the 4 sites, we could go ahead with Coronado, Elmira, Graham, and Nevin.
That's my thought.
Yeah, that'd be fine with me. That'd be fine with me.
Holly Hill, like in presidential election.
Presidential election
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
5th site.
Yeah, a lot of folks in the northern part of the county, if in the northeast, they'll go to Mebane. You know, that's probably what I usually do. Either Mebane or Elmira, either one's fine.
Mhm.
Okay, and what about weekends? What are we'll have to start for payroll, budgeting on, workers.
Well, now the state requires,
The last Saturday.
last Saturday,
From 8 to 3.
and for the primary, we added a, Saturday, I think.
Saturday and Sunday.
and a
Yeah.
Sunday.
Mhm.
So weekend before the last weekend.
Yeah, so why don't we just stay with that for the general election also?
I mean, it sounds good.
Yeah.
Predictable,
Yeah,
people
yeah.
understand.
Sound good, Doc?
That sounds
Yeah,
fine.
we'll just.
So that means we'll have
2 Saturdays.
so we'll have
Two
2
Saturdays.
Saturdays and one
One
Sunday.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Right.
Yeah, works for me.
Yes, sir.
What would be the hour, what time would y'all want for this Sunday? What time would y'all want to open on Sunday?
I think we said 2, right?
Well, we wanted 1,
Mhm.
but because of the budget, and since we're doing the budget now, if we want to open at 1, this would be the time to try to get it in the budget.
Yeah.
I think 1 to 5 would be good,
That sounds good to me.
half a day.
Yeah, 1 to 5 sounds fine.
Since we're only gonna have one Sunday. If we
yeah.
were gonna have 2 Sundays,
Yeah.
then I could see us, but since we are going to just stick to the 1 Sunday,
Yeah.
maybe 1 to 5, and put that in the budget for just the 1 Sunday.
Yeah,
I
we had
mean,
some bud-
that's just my thinking. We'll see what the
Yeah,
other.
we had budget constraints for the primary.
The last Saturday is 8 to 3, mandated. What about the other Saturday? What hours would y'all want for that?
Well, I like as much, if we could say voting is over at 5 on on that weekend. So I would like it to go to 5.
Okay.
I mean, is 9 to 5? That'd be an 8-hour day.
Okay, so the Sunday that we're open until 5, you want the Saturday also open until 5, 9 to 5.
I think as much
Okay,
consistency is best.
okay.
Because the
Not a
hours
quorum
during the
problem.
week, they're
Oh.
statutorily set.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Anything else y'all can think of that y'all want me to include in the?
And that last Saturday is what time?
That's 8 to 3.
8 to 3, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, how's it looking for as far as the volunteers? Is that gonna be another challenge, you think, to?
Charlene's been handling.
Okay.
Working with the precinct workers.
Uh-huh.
And she sent out did y'all send out a questionnaire earlier?
Yeah, what we did is we sent out a letter to all the chief judges and we gave them their worker list and we kind of asked them to go through the list and kind of amend it.
Right.
Call the people, email them, make some sort of contact to see, hey, do you still want to work? Yes or no? Unfortunately, a lot of those lists are coming back with a lot of people saying, no, they don't want to work.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about.
There was one person, they had about 2 pages worth of names, but in the end of it, they only had 11 people wanting to work. So that's the problem we're running into is the core group of people that they have
Mhm.
are not necessarily residing in that home precinct. And I think there was an issue with that before. I kind of came in part-time during the election last time, so I knew that there was a moment.
Yeah, we had to make some exceptions, I think.
With
because
that.
of
Did.
Yeah, yeah.
Didn't the letter go out about early voting?
Yes, and then we also sent out a save the date card,
Mhm.
so they kind of knew what to prepare for to get their workers aligned up for that primary, but obviously that's suspended right now. So when we get a good date for the new primary, we're gonna be sending that out again.
Yeah.
And that way they can get those names and those lists started back up.
Yeah.
So,
But we did have a good response from, people saying, wanting to work. You know, I mean, of course, it's always gonna be short when we start making the schedules, people change and have appointments and.
I think we'd also talked about, on the pay, trying to like step it up every election.
Yes,
Until we get to
yes.
2024 at 15 an hour.
Yeah.
So if
That'll be budgeted.
add an extra dollar, maybe that'll make it a little easier to get,
Mhm.
That's right.
a little bit easier to get
Yeah.
people to work.
So if we add an extra dollar, Dawn, at this time, where will they put us?
They just did the, Judson. What was the one-stop pay?
One stop pay is $12 an hour is
So
what we're
take them
sitting
up
at
to-
currently.
Go to 13.
13.
Okay.
And that was like about a dollar raise
That
Uh-huh.
was-
that had not been raised in like, since the position was created. or
That's
something
true.
Like that.
Yeah.
Yes,
At some point, Dawn, they're gonna have to open the filing again, aren't they?
they are,
Yeah.
and we have not heard one
Yeah.
thing about that.
No.
They have
People
not,
keep asking me about that.
yeah,
Yeah, they do,
they have not said.
as if
one
we
word.
shut it down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so now are we saying for this budget period, we want to go up a dollar
To thir-
to
I
I thought we
13?
already voted on that, but
Yeah, I think
To
we
do,
did.
to step
Yeah.
it all,
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
election.
Yeah, we got,
I did, that is in my notes.
Yeah.
too,
Okay.
right.
To step it up at
Yes.
each election?
That's
Yes.
correct,
So then this time we know you're going to put in 13?
exactly.
Okay. So are they the only ones who will be getting the,
I don't
Yeah.
think there was anything about the precinct workers. I think it was just the one-stop workers.
okay,
But I will go back and check my notes. on that.
okay.
But I'm pretty sure it was just the.
How about permanent staff?
Have not, I'll have to see what the county has, I watched the county commissioners meeting the other night and they were talking about raises for certain departments.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Of course, ours wasn't included in that, but, I
Never
think they
is.
are, I'll have to talk with HR to see what the options are for that.
Is that something we need to ask for? I mean, since this department is usually not included.
Can I get back with you on that?
Yeah,
Okay,
the employees, they're covered under the pay steps, aren't they?
we do have a ladder.
Yeah,
mhm.
So that has been, the career ladder
That
is?
was approved a couple years ago.
yeah,
2 years ago.
yeah.
The career ladder was approved.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
And whatever cost of living, if any, they receive, that would be countywide, I would think.
That's
So,
correct.
Yeah, yeah,
And also
Yeah.
their merit,
Yeah.
merit raise.
right.
And where would that originate?
From the
Once-
board.
That is when, the, yearly reviews done.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it'd be a recommendation from you.
I think right.
Yeah.
I think
And
I
from
just
us
did
for her.
Karen's. I haven't met with her yet.
Yeah.
But I think the most you can get is 2%.
So do we know when that is?
At their annual.
At their
each-
annual, okay.
Right,
Budget
once they're
hearings.
yearly
Yeah.
with the start date.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay,
And that's in, that's in a couple months, right?
Well, like
Oh.
Karen's was actually, should have been done in October, so,
Okay.
having to do hers now, and then Terry's is coming up, and then Judson's will be March. So, I'll get,
I just-
I'm gonna learn about those.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
yeah,
We'll keep us ahead of the curve on it, so. we
Okay.
can-
yeah,
All right,
yeah. And yours is March.
March.
Okay, I remember that.
We've gotten used to
Uh-huh.
having to beg, so.
Yeah.
That's true. We go down, you know,
I
we,
will,
we do not mind standing right there begging as we have done for several years now. We will do it.
We have a chairman of the county commissioners now that knows what we need, so, you know, he should understand, because he was there a long time.
But anyway,
Yeah.
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
But now, is that something, so you're gonna keep us informed,
I will
but is
keep
that
y'all
something
informed.
that you will be including in the budget?
yes,
This, I mean, we want to make sure that's included in the budget, whether they say yay or nay. If they say nay, then we know we have to come here. Okay,
correct. So, yes, ma'am.
okay. Okay.
Anything else? Are there any, wish lists, like something y'all would like to see at the precincts or at the, one-stop sites?
Now, is there any chance we'll be in the new building before the July 1st? I know that's a $50 million
July
question.
1st, maybe?
And will we be in there in time to know whatever needs we have for the new building, that we can put it in this budget? How's that
I'll
sound?
have to check with Joel.
Yeah, that's
and,
something we probably need to know.
Okay,
We don't want to have to get in there right after the budget's done and wait a whole
Yeah,
year.
so we're sorry you got to wait. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, well, we could do just like, some of the others. We'll come here and ask during the middle of the budget period. That's okay.
Do a budget
It
amendment.
has, yeah, it
Yeah.
has been done.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
So
it's been
we,
done a lot. Yeah.
should that happen?
Yeah.
I mean, we just have to come here and ask.
Yeah.
No, you sit where you normally sit and I sit where I normally sit and we just sit and ask.
Yeah, you said
the county commissioner, the department head meeting this morning, one of the maintenance, directors, he said that it had been, right now have requested bids for he didn't elaborate on what larger items needed replacing, but some of the things that, the appraisal, showed that would need replacing, larger items at this building,
Mm-hmm.
they've sent out for bids on.
Oh,
costs
good. So
of-
they've already looking at that stuff. That's good. That's great.
Okay, for the new
Yeah.
building.
For the new building.
Yeah.
Okay. So are there any items or large items that you're thinking that we need?
You know, I think the biggest thing right now is maybe, just where the crates are gonna go. They're not talking about closing in the, drive-through where it looks like the size of the crates. That, we're gonna need that, to have enough room for the crates and then everything else. They're gonna have to enclose the drive-through.
Right. For
Okay.
storage. Yeah.
Yeah,
Those red carts take up a lot of space.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
They're
Yeah,
nice,
they do.
they're very nice.
Yes, they are.
Everything's fitting in those cars.
They just big.
Right, yeah. Okay, even when we move into the new building, how many other spaces are we still gonna have to have? Or are we gonna have to have more
We
spaces?
shouldn't have to have anything.
Get everything right
Everything should be there
Okay,
within the building.
It's gonna be
Okay.
nice.
Yes.
So we won't have to have these outside storage units that we are renting and all of that. So we are
If
comfortable.
we had to, I'm just,
That's
if we
savings
had to
account
have
right there.
anything, I'm gonna say maybe one storage unit just for the, and that's simply because I haven't been inside the building. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
the layout, but you know, the shield that maintenance built
Mhm.
for, COVID when it first started,
Mhm.
we had to have all the, wood with the plexi, well, they didn't use.
Sneeze guards.
glass, Sneeze guards.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know, they take up a lot of room, and we've got one whole,
We have one storage facility that's approximately a 10 by 20 that houses the majority of them, and then they're split between two additional units. One is housing, maybe 7 to 10 that are requiring some sort of repair. The other one was just the overflow, and that was strictly because when the gentleman came back after Election Day, they just kind of put it into a room. Tina and I went through this last week, and we've gone through all 5 storage units, and we've added additional shelving. We've gone ahead and we've organized everything. We have one unit that's strictly for PPE only. Everything else has sort of been itemized so we can kind of get to where we need to go. But as of right now, we're sitting on 5 storage unit with approximately 1,120 square feet of usable space.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
I mean, they've worked hard and really have got them arranged, you know, with the PPE, they can do everything inside of it, because it's, you know,
it's a 12 by 25 unit.
yeah.
So.
And so there's tables in there for them to do, set, you put all the PPE in that needs to go out.
Hmm.
And, it's very nice. And then over here, they've got the shelves in and starting to get that arranged. But, you know, we had some other things at the office. They're just gonna do that as they can.
Okay. So would you include at least one other storage space in the budget just in case you need it?
Probably.
That's
so.
what I'm asking.
Yes.
That's why I'm asking
Yeah.
to at least include it
Mhm.
in case we do need it.
Okay. Well, I mean, you know, y'all can always call me.
Yeah.
And,
And one thing that I regularly think about is just basically advertising for the elections, for the times and the dates and the locations.
right.
I feel like I've seen, for instance, in Pittsburgh, you know, you go around the circle and there's yard signs style signs that have, you know, wayfinding to, especially, are we going to be moving is the early voting site for Graham going to stay in the same place?
It's gonna, this year, we will be using,
Graham
the
Rec.
Recreation
Rec.
Center.
The rec
Center.
center.
Mhm.
So I don't know exactly, I don't have a plan in my mind of exactly how
Well-
improving advertisement would work or signage.
Well, okay.
But,
I can
just-
think of some,
It seems like something that I've seen cut in the budget. And I think
like I'm
it is a
sure,
challenge to get the message out, especially in sort of the media environment that we have. So just, you know, maybe think about what ways to improve that, and you can't do that without money.
I'm sure we'll put a big sign out here, letting, you know, because how many years have we used this site?
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
So we'll put a big sign.
And it will only be the second time we'll be using Elmira, and we won't be using, as the budget looks today, we won't be using Holly Hill. So, I mean, I know where Coronado is, but there may, especially if you're new to the area, you may not know where Coronado is.
Judson, would you like to, real quick, maybe go over the, project from the Eagle Scouts?
Oh, yeah, actually.
It is very nice, very
Something I've been
nice.
working on the side was, we had, the idea originally came from something that Durham did and Forsyth County did. They set up a wait time application online that they linked to their website. And what this application did is people could click on a link and it would pull up a map for them that had the location of each one-stop site, and along the bottom of the screen had the wait times for each line. And I went to our county GIS person, Marlena, who's very skilled with all the GIS stuff, and she took to the idea immediately and asked me if I would be willing to accept the help of an Eagle Scout from Greensboro, who is doing his Eagle Scout, I don't know exactly what to call it, it's his capstone project, whatever that is. And he basically, to make a long story short, over the course of a couple months, got a project together where him and his father as his mentor and another GIS professional from Greensboro have put together one of these wait time applications for us.
Yeah,
So
wow.
we have a beta version of that ready to go, and we're hoping to use it for the first time in the upcoming primary. And that will help, like she was probably leading towards with making me say, give that spiel, was that that would definitely help with people knowing where the sites are to see it on a roadmap, just like on Google Maps.
Yeah.
Exactly
That's
where
great.
they go
And we need to
and
make-
which places.
Make sure people know it's there.
Like
Mhm.
if one's got an hour wait time and they drive 3 miles over here to the other one, they can go over there, but, you know, it says available now.
That's
you can vote.
exactly what I was about to mention. Like in 2020, when we had an issue of people, there was like an hour and a half wait time at Holly Hill Mall.
Yeah.
And Promodal had no line,
Yeah.
right down the road.
Just go right over and vote, yeah.
Yeah, Judson can also put those links on Facebook and, Twitter, don't you?
Yeah.
Don't have a county
Yes.
Twitter account?
We have a county Twitter account, we don't have a Twitter account for the Board of Elections.
Well, we could get Scott, from the IT department here, he would
Yeah.
put it on there.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
So we could,
Some people will be very excited about that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely.
Mhm.
It's like me walking in a restaurant. If they tell me it's gonna be 45 minutes, I'll walk out the door and go to another.
Mhm.
So,
I mean, with an election the size of, if we
Yeah.
have one that's the, volume of 2020 again,
yeah,
that would be a game changer.
yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely.
Mhm.
I mean, just you putting it on Facebook of the wait times in 2020
Right.
was getting a lot of traffic, and
Yeah.
people were sharing it, talking about it, and it was chattered
More
about.
traffic than we had ever had before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's great. We should, that should would be helpful. And, yeah, I'm sure people will appreciate that. Yeah. Now, if we could figure out how to get that same type of information to people who are not on the computer, who are not using technology, well, somebody at the site could tell them that. Yeah. If it's a long wait, they could probably, somebody at the site could look and tell them that there's a shorter. So maybe that's something we should keep in mind,
okay.
that have someone there to be able to tell people that there's the wait time is not as long as it's going to be here, you know, because there are some people who probably are not looking at that. So we could maybe we'll keep that in mind as
Right,
well.
we could have the person, the greeter,
Yes,
maybe keeping track of, we have iPads that they
yes,
can stay connected to and, keep aware of the other site.
Yeah, updating that application will involve the
Yeah.
involvement
Yeah.
of a person on the ground.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
somebody at the site will know and be putting into the app what that wait time is. So if somebody shows up at the place in person, that person can tell them too.
oh, that'd be great. Yeah, so we can keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Okay. Any other, what else do we need for the budget? Now, when do we have to have this budget in? When will you have to have it in?
It's, the preliminary is, in
March.
March,
Mhm.
yes.
Yeah.
February
That's what I
is when, I'll work on this between now and then and
Mhm.
present it to y'all and,
Okay. So we have time to look at it. We have time to adjust it, add to it, between now and the final ask.
That's correct.
Okay.
It's a little earlier this year than it's been in the past.
Mm-hmm.
But, If
Okay.
y'all think, really, if you think of anything else in between, you know, just email me or call me. And,
And we will have a February meeting.
Yes.
Yes.
we'll, to go over this.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's the one that is scheduled for discussion of
Yeah.
the budget, is the February meeting.
Mhm.
You know that day?
Yeah, don't send it out.
It's
Thank
a-
you for
Yeah,
sending
hold
that
on.
information to me,
Oh, you're
Don.
welcome.
It,
Hold on
I
just
got a
second.
copy
Let
of
me
all
look
of
it
it.
up.
Yeah,
I couldn't get on my
I'll tell you. It's the
board
second
education. It had been
Tuesday.
hacked about
Yeah.
6 months ago.
yeah, it's the second Tuesday at
Evidently
Here.
it's done away with.
at 2:00.
Said the US government hacked.
Well, I have February
Go
22nd.
figure.
That's right.
Which
It
is the
That's
third.
right, it is the 22nd. And we changed, because that gave us more time to work on the budget. That's, it was changed, it's the 22nd, you're correct,
February 22nd is our next meeting.
Yeah.
And it'll be a 2 o'clock meeting here.
2:00.
2:00. Uh-huh. So that's the third Tuesday. It's gonna be a packed Tuesday for me. Okay. So be thinking about anything. If you think of something else for the budget, just email it to Dawn or give her a call. If you think of anything else. And the board, keep in mind that we will do Dawn's evaluation in March.
Right.
So that's just something we have to keep in mind as we.
And we're currently short one employee, right?
Correct,
Mhm.
And you're gonna get with Sherry and
Sherry
and
and Cheryl
Dude.
and HR.
do the advertising.
Mhm. Okay, so that takes care of anything else to come before us about the budget that anyone can think of. Okay, under other business, we have not heard anything about opening for filing, so we just need to make that known that we still don't know.
As soon as I hear,
Uh,
I will notify y'all and let you
Oh,
know.
something's happening this week, right?
They said,
It's
Emergency meeting
Tomorrow.
tomorrow, the 12th at 2 PM, and it should be broadcast on their website.
Yeah, and it's, hold on a second, I'll tell you. That came out, last night. It is, they're going to be, this tentative agenda is the statement regarding ethics and conflicts of interest. Designation of multi-county district panels to conduct hearings on candidate challenges under Article 11B of Chapter 163. So it's really, doesn't sound like it's has anything to do with,
no, and then today they said, on the news, they said, we should be hearing or could be hearing this week something about the court and the maps.
Regarding
Yeah.
that, what I've found is that, they were supposed to have a decision by today. All the arguments have been
Presented.
closed. And all the arguments have been made. Both the case has been made for it. The case has been heard and we're just waiting a decision.
Which will be appealed,
Huh?
which will be appealed.
Yes.
Yes, which will be
Yes.
appealed straight to the, Supreme Court.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. So I saw that on today's news,
It's a
Which-
3-judge panel that's hearing it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the 3-judge panel, so they mentioned it today.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether they were gonna have a decision today, but it will sometime this week, which of course is gonna be appealed again, which, will still be in court. So,
Yeah.
okay,
It could go on for years. I mean,
Okay.
they'll let us finally have an election, but you know, the appeals and the court proceedings and the civil suits go on for years. It did
yeah, but,
last time. Every
Okay.
10 years you go through that.
yeah, but I mean, that's where we are with that as well, in
Yeah.
case somebody asks, because they usually ask us, about that. So that's just where we are, because a lot of people thought that the filing was closed, and we're saying, no, it was suspended. Eventually, people will get to file again. We'll get to file, but we don't know when.
Same thing happened in 2011. You remember?
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, it did.
I was on the redistricting committee.
It's something, yeah.
It is.
Yeah, the maps and this. Okay, is there any other business to come before us?
How is the preparation of the new space going?
Are you talking about the, across the street for the storage or at the, building?
At the new headquarters for the Board of Elections?
No. Yeah.
only what I, heard this morning, that they are, just in the process of getting quotes for some, items that need to be replaced.
Okay.
So it's been finalized and the building has.
Well, they never said,
Yeah.
that's what we were talking about. I was like, well, they never said, but I wouldn't think they would be going to this much
No,
effort if they hadn't finalized.
I would
Yeah.
love to check with the county manager and see if we have purchased a building, if we as a board can go in and tour the building. I would love to do that.
hmm
And,
But they never did announce that
No.
they had purchased it.
No,
They never have announced that we
They-
have the building.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
But if they're looking for refurbishing the building, I'd say that the chances are we've got the building, I would think. But you're right, Madam Chair, they hadn't announced
yeah,
anything.
they have not, and
Yeah.
I thought they said that they would, but they have not announced.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But if and when that is set in stone and,
Y'all would like to tour.
yeah, we'd love to go tour the building again.
well, I certainly would love for you to be able to
I
go
would
to
like
it.
to.
Yeah, you'd be guiding us. You'd be
I
guiding
mean,
us.
we would like to go tour, but more importantly, I'd like for you to be able to go tour so that you
So
can
you
see
can
how
show us
you're
what's
going
going
to set things up
Exactly.
in that building.
It's a big building.
Yeah, and you have not been able to go in
Let's
yet,
do the
so
winter
you don't
festival
know.
done by.
Yeah. I mean, so that's, we certainly would like that first.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, because then when you look, there may be things you need,
That's correct.
but you don't know because you have not been in there.
Right.
So, I mean, that's very important.
We did get our, huge spreader in.
Good.
It's being stored because, it has to be a 3-phase,
Yeah.
electrical outlet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that'll be one thing that needs to be, make sure this building has, which they said it should because it has an elevator.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
in trouble.
probably has the
Yeah.
3
But it's
phase.
no guarantee, so you just need to make
Right.
sure you put that down and that, so that they'll know that
Right.
as they are making, whatever
Updates.
changes and updates in there, that is also updated.
Also, I'd sent y'all an email about the training in
Mhm.
March.
Yes,
You want me to sign, would everybody like me to register? y'all?
Yes,
Yes,
Okay,
please.
yes.
just Register
Yes.
everybody.
mm-hmm. Thank
That's
you.
virtual, right?
That will be. perfect.
Yes, virtual.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, I think it's just one of those 2 days that's a requirement, I think.
I think it did say y'all want to
Yeah.
have,
One day, yeah.
Yeah, because, boy, that can be some long.
Oh, I agree with you, Madam Chair.
Okay. Any other business, Madam ED?
That's all
For
I
us.
have today.
Oh,
Everything's we've just been busy, moving and that's went very smooth and that's really, what we've been focusing on here the last week or two, so trying to get out of MedCap.
Mm-hmm.
So everything's out of
And we-
Medcap.
Everything's out of
All
MedCap,
right.
and we will bring the crates are being set to be moved to the View, the 19th.
Okay.
So, that should be, we should have everything, in our hands, at that point.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And as you begin to look for, as you have done in the past, and I think you asked a question about staff for the sites.
Mhm.
You'll notify party chairs
Of course.
of any shortages and that type thing, because as you have done in the past. Yes.
Nominations they have.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Okay. Any comments, Brian?
No.
No?
Okay.
Okay. Any additional comments, Madam Chair?
I believe
I mean,
that's,
the Executive Director?
Chair.
Chair has no comments.
Just, just call me if y'all have any, desires for one-stop sites, or the election for the budget next year.
Okay. Now, if you find that,
If you think of anything else, just,
yeah.
because I'll be working on that, it'll be ever changing for the next month or so.
Okay, well, if you find any of this doesn't work, let us
Okay.
know. We'll
I
be here in
will.
February, then you'll
Yes.
let us know anything. Any technical issues, Judson, that we need to be aware of?
We are good.
Okay,
We are good.
okay. Madam Secretary, anything we need to be aware of?
No, ma'am.
Okay, hearing no other business at this time, we'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second.
Properly moved to second, we are adjourned. Oh, let me do this.
There you go.